Welcome to the channel. Today we're working on a BMW. This is an X3, it's an F25, it's a 2011 to 2017. Today I'm going to take you through the procedure of replacing your battery, and then at the end of the day I'm going to show you guys how to register your battery and to make sure that the battery functions well and lasts longer. Alright, let's begin. So unlike traditional cars where the battery is in front right over there in the hood, battery is going to be in the trunk. So you just open your trunk just like that all the way, and then make sure this place is empty. So if you have anything, you take it out of the place. Once that is done, you just come right here, you just lift this thing like that, then you pull it from right over there. It's kind of like a hook like thing on there, and then you take the whole of it, you put it on the side. Then once that is done, we have a kind of clips on this thing. We have one right over here, another one here, another one right there, and then one back there, another one there and there. So they're like 6 in number. So let's begin. We take them out so that we can access the battery. So the battery inside right over here, I'm going to show you right now. So you open this front clip, so you just twist it like that. You just twist like that, and then this thing opens. It just comes this side too, the same thing. This thing just opens like that, so it comes loose. Next we go to these ones in the back. So once that is done, you take this one out, pull them on the side. So it's going to be 2 on this side, and then it's going to be 2 on this other side. Alright, once that is done, I want to show you guys something. So we have these things right over here. So these things come about, so as you might just take them, put on the side, so that when you're working on the battery, when you take out this thing, they won't fall down. So you just pull this thing like this, then you can put it on the side. And once that is done, so it's going to expose us to our battery. So our battery is right over here. We have a positive terminal right over here, and then our negative terminal. We have some kind of like holding things right there. One is right over there. Then we have this bracket which goes right over here, so you have to take them out. So they're like 13 millimeters. So the battery is held by a 10 millimeter. And then let me point out something. So this is a BMW. So normally when you buy a BMW, there's going to be a sign over here, and then kind of like QR code. That one you'll need to register it with your car when you're having using the computer. But since you're going to use a non BMW battery, so first thing, don't need to worry about that. You just register them as a non BMW, then you should be good to go. All right, let's begin. So first things first, we take our 10 millimeter, and then we open right over here. Once that is done, you go to the negative side, you just open like that. Once that is done, you just take this out of here. This one comes like that, and there's kind of like a connection right here, right over here. So make sure you don't disconnect this. So if you disconnect, make sure when you're putting the back later on, you should connect it back. Alright, we have this right here. I normally like taking these away because they kind of hold this thing back, and then remember where to put it back. This came from right here, and then this one is going to be from right over here. So you do that like that, and then next we remove this right from right over here. So you come like that, and then you can just lift like that, and this thing comes without a problem. Just push them on the side like that. And next we remove this kind of like this bracket on top, which is holding all the way. So we begin by just making sure this thing comes from right inside there, and then this thing comes like that. So the reason why I removed all these connectors is not to block it. So right now you can just safely put it on the side like that, and then once that is done, this will give us enough space to work on our battery. So next we disconnect this air vent thing, but unfortunately let's see it doesn't have. So if you're like me, so when you get the new one, if you have it, you just disconnect it from here, put it on the side. Next we get our 13 millimeters. We open right down right there, and then we open right this one down right over here, and then we finish with right over right here. All right, let's begin. So just come right over there, and then it comes out like that. You can put it in a nice place. Then next we come right down over here. Right, so you just lock it in there like that, and then you just get it out like that, and then don't worry, you will get that one later on. The next you just leave this thing up, just let it come from here. So you find out there's something holding it from here, so you can get our clip removal tool, and then you can just get it out of there. Nothing comes easy like that. You take this thing out like that. Alright, then it comes out like that, and then you can just put on the side. And then remember, we have the 13 millimeter right there. We'll get it when the battery is out. So next we have one final kind of like a hole thing right here. Is another 13 millimeter. We just remove that one. I'll show you how this one comes out. So you just come right over here, and it comes out like that. You just take it like that. Just take it out of there. Then our battery is free, so you just lift it up, just let it come like that. And then we have our empty space right here, so we're good to go. So don't forget to pick up our bolts, which we just fell on the side. Put right over there. Alright, so once that is done, it's time to do the reinstallation. You just get your new battery wherever it is, and then now you can do the reinstallation. Alright, let's do it. So our new battery is from a wild source. So we take this one away. So it's going to be a non BMW battery. So you still need to register it, and then once you finish doing that, you should be good to go. So make sure the positive terminal is right over here, and the negative is going to be right over there. So right, let's continue. So we bring back our bracket for right over here. We install it. Once you align like that, you just get your 13 millimeters, and then you can just drive it in. Once it aligns like that, you can go next. You come right over here and put the bracket. It goes in the middle. So make sure this thing comes like that. So make sure this thing just aligns like that, and then aligns from below right over there. Oh, I guess let me zoom it. Just zoom it where right over there. Alright, you can begin from right here. So once this goes like that, you align it well. You just drive it like that, but don't leave room for playing, because you haven't put back over here. You can just stretch your hand over there. You can use something like a magnet to lower the ball in the lines. So once this one aligns too, you can just do like that. You can just lock it all the way. Make sure it's all in, and then you can confirm this one right here. You can tighten that one too. Alright, once that's out of the way, you can just put back our positive terminal. You just put it all the way like that. You take our 10 millimeters, you just tighten it all the way. Once that is done, you can lock like that. You can come to the negative terminal, you do the same. Just bring it like this. And then once that is done, make sure it goes all the way in. Make sure it goes all the way in. Once that is done, you can tighten it. Alright, there we go. And then one last thing, just put back all these connectors. So we have the big one, which right, yeah, I think it's right over here. So that one goes over there. And the next this one goes right over here, and then the smaller one comes right over here. Then don't forget to put back this kind of like locks, clip locks there. Right, lock it in there. Make sure that thing looks good, and then lastly, make sure if you have this thing, you connect it back, and then you should be good to go. Alright, we put back our covers, so you bring in this cover right over here, the first one. Make sure it sits well. Make sure it sits well right over here. Make sure all this stuff connects together like that. So we can bring this one. Yeah. And finally, these last two, you have to connect this last two back. You just squeeze it all the way in, and then you just lock like that. Same here, you squeeze it all the way in, and then you lock like that. All this thing is good. And then one last thing, make sure all this stuff comes here. Alright, there you go. And then we finish with the one last thing, which is going to be our cover. Just make sure it locks in there like that, and then voila, just like that, everything is all in. So we go inside in the car, and then we start registering our battery. Also, let's do it. And then one important thing I have to point out before doing the rest of the process is when you're buying a new battery for your car, make sure the type is good. It's an AGM, and not only an AGM. Look right here, it's an H8 AGM, which is a high capacity type of AGM battery. And then also make sure all this information match up, which is the amps, cranking cold amps, reserve, and amp power. Make sure like they are related. And then one last thing, I've seen many people buying the battery but end up coming short one like that. So please make sure the size is correct before you buy a new one, and then you should be good to go. Make sure also the voltage is correct. If it's 12 volt, make sure it's correct. Alright, let's proceed and then install the register the battery. So the importance of the battery change is this one, and registering is to make sure that when you say increase battery discharge, it should be able to tell the computer that this is a new battery. It should charge it in this kind of manner. Alright, that's very important for registering the battery. So once in front here, you just come below right here, and then there's this OBD port. You just connect your OBD tool, whichever type it is, and then let it lock like that. Now once it does like that, yeah, you can run the car, and then you can run this. It's a US vehicle. So is all the information. We go to next. Then you come to once you're here, you scroll down. So when you're here, you come to engine, you say continue, and then you come to functional test. You come to special function, you say battery replacement, you just tap right there, register a new battery. There you go. For correct charging, the replacement be the same capacity. So whatever I said earlier on, make sure it's the same capacity, same voltage, and then continue. The programs in the next step, the entry cannot be cancelled after starting, so you just do this process. Once you're sure you replace the battery, you say continue, ensuring ignition is on and engine is off. So you just turn off the car. Make sure that the ignition is turned on. You say continue, and then it says reset failed. You want to know why. So you just come right over here, register new battery, continue. So once that is done, it says reset complete, and then once that is done, so your battery is registered, and then you can go to exit. Alright, so that's how easy it is to register your BMW X3. This is from 2011 all the way to 2017. I hope this has been helpful. If anybody has any questions, you can just leave it in the comment section, and I will be glad to reply to you guys. Alright, thanks for watching, and then I'll see you in the next video. Alright, bye bye.